Well, we're here on a boiling hot day over at Serpentine Lake, which is on the Baston complex of Embryo lakes. Now, we're going to have a little go on Serpentine, which holds a decent stamp of fish, and it's a lake that, got to be quite honest, I've struggled on in the past. I've fished it twice. One was in like a charity fishing, and the lad actually lost 2 in the weed, which was unfortunate. The other time was just an overnighter, of which I blanked. But I'm hoping that it will repay me on this trip, because there are some really nice carp in it. It's gin clear, the carp are super dark, and there's some real nice ones. Now, after a little wander, I have noticed a few fish down in this bay. And what's more, this bay fished pretty well over the weekend. There was like a quarter fishing last week, and apparently this did a few fish. So I think this is where I'm going to start. There are a few anglers on, it's pretty busy on here, so moving may not even be an option. So I think I'm going to start where I've seen the fish in a swim that has been pretty productive, and then we'll take the session from there. But I'm excited. There's some lovely carp in here. Let's hope we can nick one. See what's out there. Marker out the weed. It might be that we found ourselves a little spot there. It's a little bit left of the spot, a bit interesting to see. Oh, clean as a whistle. We like that. We really like that. That was a little bit left of where I was casting, which was just smooth as silk. That is bottom bait territory, which is always nice. Oh yeah, we like that a lot. And then it hits weed. That's wonderful. I mean, it's probably big enough for 3 rods, if I'm honest. I think we'll start with 2, we won't get greedy. I know I don't want to cast too much here. It's only a little lake. And I know that they're gonna spook if I go too much. This will be my last cast, just to be 100% happy. Oh, okay, that thumped down still. A bit late on the clip, but yeah, we're super happy with that. Super duper. Right, that's a spot for 2 rods. Got to decide what I'm going to do with the 3rd now. I'm going to get this wrapped up anyway, and yeah, that's 2 rods sorted. I'm going to get a bit of bait on. Might be that I just fish a choddy over the top of some weed or something on the other rod. Like I said, I don't want to cast too much, so I might just yeah, maybe have 2 or 3 flicks with the marker float, and not go too mad with that one. But we've definitely got a spot for 2 rods. So. $12.5. Just enough. So this is the chosen rig for my session. There's nothing too crazily complicated about it. It's pretty minimal in terms of the amount of metal that I've got on here, which I actually quite like. This is a rig I used to use all the time years and years ago, until like your spinners come out and your combi rigs and all that malarkey where you can change your rigs quickly. Obviously they're really easy to use and user friendly, but the reason I've actually flicked back to this one is I'm using PVA sticks today. Again, a bit of a a forgotten tactic. But the one thing that I like about PVA sticks is that you have a traction around your hook bait, it doesn't tangle, and it lays the rig out nice and flat. And the kind of the spot that I'm fishing today is pretty clear, pretty gravelly, and yeah, I want it presented nicely with a little parcel of attraction, so I've gone for the sticks. In terms of like terminal tackle, it's a size 4 wide gape Kamakura, and I've squashed the barb on that. On the hook bait wise, I've got a Pro Stim liver with a Northern Special sort of soaked in some liquid, and then just a 6-inch section of the Basics coated braid. I really like that braid again because it kicks it out nice and straight and doesn't kink. I've got one of the new sort of combi kickers over the top, which are nice and stiff. It just kicks it out lovely. So yeah, that is sort of the plan for the session. I've got 3 sticks out there already on the zone, and hopefully we'll get a bite or two. I guess that is part of the reason people don't use sticks and stuff, because, well, very often now, because they are aggro and you do have to get your casts spot on. I know when I used to use them back in the day, you'd have like 15 sticks all at the ready, maybe like 5, 6, 7 rigs all like in, a bit like solid bags sometimes when you're fishing quickly with solid bags. It's a speed thing, everything's speed, isn't it, in fishing now? People just want it to be dead quick, don't they? But would it be better to fish more effective but more slowly? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I guess it depends where you're fishing and what you're fishing for, doesn't it? If you're only fishing for a bite, you're better off fishing as effective as possible. If you're fishing for loads of bites, then speed's obviously a big part of it. Well, we're happy. We're happy with all 3 of them, which is a nice start. So the plan is to keep the fishing pretty simple. So simple rigs, simple style of fishing. I'm going to boilie fish. Now the reason for that is I know that they absolutely love boilies. So I'm going to go in with that approach. I have got a bucket of boilies here, some spare ones in the car, and I have got a few backup pellets just in case I need them. But as I say, I'm going to keep it simple with the boilies. I'm fishing 40 yards out maybe. There's a lovely clear spot out there that I've actually managed to pop all 3 of my rods on, and I'm able to scatter baits via the catapult around that marker float. Now I love boilie fishing. It keeps fish on the move. I feel like they're actually easier to catch when you're just using boilies only. When you're fishing particles, they can be pretty fussy. So I'm hoping that this boilie approach is going to work. I am giving them, I'm feeding them Pro Stim, and I made them really sort of fatty, full of amino acids. I've covered them in hot chorizo oil and some liver compound as well, which works really, really well with the Pro Stim. So they're ultra smelly, ultra oily, full of good fats. It's summertime. Hopefully they're going to be munching boilies after they're spawning. And yeah, that is my chosen approach. It is the afternoon now, boiling hot. So not ideal conditions, but I'm really hopeful when it cools down tonight and for that early morning spell. So yeah, traps are set. Just need the carp to play ball now. Well, we're getting on for afternoon time now, and it's been pretty quiet. But to be honest with you, it's not really surprising. It's been 30 degrees plus all day, and I haven't got that many options to move or get on and put floaters out or anything like that. So I am sitting on my hands a little bit, but there are fish in the area, and I think once it cools down, which it is starting to do, I might be in for a chance. Now, Joe, the cameraman's got to go home because he has got a little baby to attend to and help the missus out, so he won't be back till the morning. But if I can get any footage of me playing fish, etc., I have got my GoPro with me. So fingers crossed we're going to get a bit of raw Jimmy footage before Joe gets back in the morning. But yeah, for now, I'm going to enjoy my evening. I have got beef stroganoff to cook, which will be delicious. And hopefully I'll be interrupted by a carp or two. So, see you later, Joe. There we go, rods are out. It looks lovely now the sun's gone in. It's been boiling hot all day today. Nothing's really happened, but I've got a spot out there and all 3 rods are on it. Lovely sort of smooth silt. Got bottom baits on them all. This sort of presentation. You know, it's not very in focus, is it? Doesn't want to focus, but yeah. A snowman style presentation. A little bit of beef stroganoff tonight. Looks nice, doesn't it? Rods are out there. Barney boy's snooping around because he thinks he's going to get some stroganoff. Yeah, bit of beef stroganoff. Beef stroganoff for dinner. Get in there. Right, so I found a lovely new spot for the right hand rod just in the V of the trees there. Thought I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I did see a bit of fish activity. Oh, that cracked down. I did see a bit of fish activity in this area. So I'm going to put one rod just on a little single stick down here. And then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've got 2 rods on the main baited spot. And then, yeah, one on this little single stick here. Just to something a little bit different. Oh, it's a lovely spot. Right. Perfect. Okay, all the rods are ready to rock. Let's hope the night brings some action, eh? Well, Guten Morgen from Jimmy Cam. Not a lot to report. Up early this morning. Pretty quiet out there, to be honest. It was a bit disheartening. Ducks were diving on one of the spots this morning. Which was kind of annoying. But you never know. All is not lost. Still got a few hours now until it gets roasting hot, so let's see what the morning brings, eh? You never know. Oh, that might have been one that just showed. That's not far off my right hand rod. Okay. Let's see, hey? All is not lost. There are fish here. Yes, I've got one on. Oh, that took us time, didn't it? Well, we've been waiting all night for that, and to be honest, it's been looking pretty dead. So that really has come out the blue. But we'll take it. It is 7:30 in the morning, and I'll actually just text Joe saying, mate, this isn't looking good today. It's going to be 30 degrees. Nothing's happened when it should have happened this morning. We've probably got till about 9 o'clock. I felt like till we've got a chance. But It's gone. Oh, it's just kited round to the right, so really shallow margins here, so I've just paddled in there in me Crocs. I'm getting a foot full of silt, but needs must. Yeah, well, get in the net, get in the net, get in the net. Yes, yes.
Solo anoto goles como Lewandowski. High key, baby, nunca low key. Yo tengo el drip, preguntar a mi broski. Tres líneas, tripoloski. Solo anoto goles como Lewandowski. High key, baby, nunca low key. Yo tengo el drip, preguntar a mi broski. Tres líneas, tripoloski.
Well, he'll do, won't he? An absolutely beautiful serpentine carp. I caught this just before Joe arrived, so it was a lovely surprise. And he had a big smile on his face when he walked into the swim. Yeah, very, very, very chuffed with that one. I didn't think it was going to happen, to be honest. Thought it might have come a lot sooner than that, but it did. So I'm a very, very happy Jimmy. It just goes to show that the tactics worked beautifully. Fishing over boilies, what could be simpler, eh? Yeah, stunning serpentine carp. Go on then, mate. Go on then. Result. Cool. Serpentine done. Well, a much needed coffee. There was a minute when I didn't think it was going to happen. I woke up early this morning and it looked fairly lifeless, particularly over the main spot. But as the morning sort of progressed, I did see the odd fish show over the right hand rod, and I'm glad it did, because that's what resulted in that lovely carp. Now, last night when Joe went, I decided to actually swap over one of my rods. At first, I was going to put all my eggs in one basket, all 3 rods on that little clear spot. Now, the reason I was going to do that was because it had done fish at the weekend, and although I hate sheeping people up, jumping in on the spot, I would have been an idiot not to do that, especially with the lake being so busy. There's nowhere else for me to go. So I've gone into the dolly hole and I've put 3 rods on that spot. However, I did see the odd fish on the right hand side of the swim yesterday, and I know Joe did too. So I decided to reel one of them in, have a few flicks about with the marker float, and I did find a spot at really same distance to those rods, which was 12.5 wraps. It was only a little spot amongst the weed, so I had to be pretty precise, but I flicked the marker float out anyway, found the spot, and it was a little bit shallower as well. It was 8 foot, so I popped the float up and I managed to cast right next to it, absolutely bang on, got the perfect drop, wallop. I decided to spread a few boilies over the top, some more pro stim, maybe 100, 150 via the catapult, and boy am I glad I did, because this morning the rod ripped off and I was into that beautiful 23 pounder. So it's now sort of 9 o'clock-ish, I think it is, and the sun is definitely about to heat up the day. I think it's due to be over 30 degrees today, which doesn't fill me with confidence fishing in sort of 8-10 foot of water. I reckon we've got another couple of hours of the day where we've got a serious chance of catching, and then I just think it might peter out because of the heat. If they pop up on the surface, we'll have a little go. But yeah, I think we've got a few hours left where we've got a really good chance. So yeah, I'm going to keep the fingers crossed, because there's every chance that right-hander in particular might do another bite. Well, that brings us to the end of a really enjoyable session. It was a bit of a quick one, this one, just 24 hours. But if someone said to me that I would have caught a lovely carp like that before the session, I'd have chopped their hands off. It's been lovely here at Serpentine, and I am really excited to get back and have another go, because the carp are beautiful. The lake is crystal clear, there's loads of features, and it's just a really nice way of fishing. I've kept things simple on this trip. Just fish boilies, and it has worked a treat. So yeah, I'm going to head home now, get on with some work, and I really hope that you've enjoyed it.